I have new trades, guys, for today on Bitcoin because Bitcoin right now is hitting an important, massive pivotal area where actually, if we reclaim 88K, we may see a pump. I'm going to cover both the bullish and bearish scenario because yesterday we had spoken in depth about how can Bitcoin actually foresee, or how can we foresee a drop on Bitcoin from the current price point all the way lower to 67K. However, right now I want to cover both the idea for short, long Bitcoin, and also where's exactly the most important area where if flipped from resistance into support, we may actually see, instead of a drop to 67K, an actual amazing pump to all the way up to 116K. Bear with me, I'm going to explain that, and then at the end we'll talk about the trades. But before that, let me talk about the importance of one key resistance line. As you can see, basically on the higher time frame, on yesterday guys video, we had spoken about how important it is for Bitcoin to actually reclaim 91. It hasn't actually done that. It actually gave us a bearish reaction at that line. Yesterday guys, I spoke in depth about how bad of a reaction we had seen, an amazing rejection off of us trying to actually break 91.k, and I said guys that basically on a higher time frame, on the weekly and the daily, that Bitcoin actually lost 91k and then went back to try and actually reclaim it. But we actually had seen a rejection, a brutal rejection, that if not reclaimed, if we never go back above 91, till now I'm still going to be waiting for much lower prices. Yesterday we had spoken about it. We told you guys that if Bitcoin manages to hold on into 91k as resistance, as I told you guys, I never give predictions. I'm not saying to sell right now. Don't be selling. Don't take it as a prediction. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go to 67, but yes, technically, if the line of 91k is still held on as resistance, I'm still going to be waiting, bearish biased towards 67k. However, I want to just cover also the flip side. Let's just assume in the lower time frame Bitcoin actually magically is able to reclaim 91 as covered from yesterday. I would love also to cover the higher time frame, maybe bullish scenario, if we actually get a reclaim of 91, because if I use the same volume profile tool that I took an analysis of the past year price action volume, as you can see, and based on that we clearly see that Bitcoin actually rejected off of the value area low of the volume, or the volume profile tool, as you can see. And basically, the whole premise of using this idea, or using the volume profile within a certain range, that we basically have the idea or the theory of the value rotation. Now, what that means, that basically whenever Bitcoin goes into a consolidation, that being, or no matter a higher time frame consolidation or even a lower time frame, in that case, or in this case, we have a full 1 year of consolidation, as you can see. I'm basically using the volume profile tool. We'll get two lines. We'll get the two blue lines, as you can see, the two outer boundaries of the volume area. So we got this one called the value area low, which is the blue line sitting at the lower boundary, and then we got the value area high sitting at the outermost high boundary of the volume profile tool. And basically we got the idea of value area rotation, and that basically says that if Bitcoin loses a certain area of the value area, so it goes above the blue line or below the blue line, the other blue line, then if reclaimed, we may actually see a strong rotation all the way from the value area low to the value area high, or vice versa. Obviously, I think that it may sound complicated, but just to quickly emphasize how important and easy it would actually result in Bitcoin flipping from super bearish, us seeing 67, to maybe even seeing 116k. As you can see, basically on this volume profile rotation that happened previously, we had seen Bitcoin actually previously lose the 91k. And then look at this. Notice how when we reclaimed the 91k area, we reclaimed the blue line, we managed to go all the way up to the value area high. So this is basically what's called a value area rotation, losing the value area low, getting above it, reclaiming it, and then targeting the value area high. And also similarly, look at the flip side. See how Bitcoin, when we had gone above the value area high and then lost the blue line from the top, the value area high, then we had the rotation from the value area high all the way lower to the value area low. So here, I'm not trying to give you both predictions. I'm not here predicting nothing on Bitcoin. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go and do this or that. I'm merely saying that just keep in mind that even though yesterday we had covered quite extensively the potential downside of us keeping 91 as resistance line and then seeing much lower price, to be honest, that still remains the case. I just wanted to quickly cover the fact that, please guys, keep in mind the reason why I never tell you to sell the lows is because we can actually as easily go back above 91 and then reclaim that. And as I said, guys, basically that if we reclaim 91, the outlook and the expectations would be canceling the bearish scenario of 67k, and then even higher likely that we actually see a whole rotation all the way higher to 114, 116, where we got the value area high. So yes, right now, while Bitcoin is below 91, my expectation is for lower. However, if things change, then we have to change the outlook and the expectations. I'm not saying to buy or sell, it's never that simple, but keep in mind that the bearishness always remains intact in case we hold on into 91k, manage to flip 91, reclaim 91, and then the whole story would, to be honest, differ. But right now, let me cover the lower time frame. Let me talk about the trades that we got or could be getting into on Bitcoin, because obviously we will be trading the lower time frame. We may set a bias based on the higher time frame outlook, so we have a bias of lower just because we're below 91. If that is flipped, then we'll be looking for more longs, but both cases don't matter, because as day trader, guys, we're only looking for lower time frame entries. So right now, if I focus only on the price action we had seen when we had lost 91k, which was actually 10 to 12 days ago, we'll basically see or take a look at such a lower time frame move, because technically right now I'm looking at a potential short and a potential long. The first one would be a potential short of us if we manage to go above to 88k, as you can see, take the previous highs and also hit the anchored VWAP that basically represents the downtrend that was started from the 93k move down, as you can see. So if we manage to hit 88 and then lose 87, I'm going to be thinking about possibly shorting Bitcoin. As I said, that's only if we hit 88 and then go lower, reject, and lose 87, because obviously, as covered from previously, guys, please keep in mind that Bitcoin had seen an easy, quick move down from 90.4 all the way lower to 87.5. Hence why that if Bitcoin actually, instead of giving us a rejection, instead of offering a short from 88 and then going lower, we may as well actually get a pump above 88, hold 88 as from resistance as support, and then I'm going to be expecting a pump all the way higher to 91, 90.5k. So keep in mind that we either get a short or do nothing if the rejection doesn't occur. And also on the lower time flip side, we also got a nice potential long, because yesterday we had spoken about the potential scalp long that may be taken at 84.6. And right now I have a similar idea. Even on a much lower time frame, I think the 5-minute time frame, we got the daily lows right now, as you can see. And we also got the NPOC sitting right below at 85.7, and also a little anchored VWAP that is taken from this little uptrend that was started from yesterday, I think at around 83.7. So I have a little idea for potentially taking a long, as you can see, and also a potential short, as you can see. So basically, I'll manage to try to get a long and short, and that way I don't have to keep guessing or predicting whether we're going to see a value area reclaim and then maybe see 116, or never reclaimed and then we see a much larger drop. As a day trader, I try to look for shorts and longs and then keep them open without being beholden to the market. And hopefully, guys, you've understood these ideas. Thank you, brother, for showing up, and thank you for your nice greetings and actually for showing up today. Let me quickly take a read at the comments, and I tried to be as on time as possible for today. So thank you guys for showing up. Give me a quick minute here, and then I'm going to be starting to read the comments. As you can see, hold on. So I think technically today would be or will be hopefully a good day for trading. We got couple of nice ideas. The price action looks ripe for to be honest, for trading. So we'll take a look. We'll go on to probably like a lower time frame look. We have ideas that are close to us, so obviously if we stick longer for like an hour or so, we'll hopefully manage to catch either this little long or short. Now, to be honest, my preferred scenario would be that we fall from now, all right, and then see lower prices, get a nice scalp long like this, and then if we manage to get a drop right now, we manage to get a nice long at 86, 85.7, then we shouldn't be, or we wouldn't be like worried whether Bitcoin actually goes to 88 and then either like giving us the short that we want, or actually like giving us a good pump, and then instead of taking a short we'll be happy about the long going and keeping on for higher. So see how like it's quite easy and nice to not be holding to the market. I know that is quite confusing, and hopefully by the or as we go on the live stream today, I'm going to cover the idea or rationale behind the importance of the 91k level. I just want to start quickly with a little introduction, also a summary, because I know most of you guys wouldn't want to like watch an hour or so. So I try to give you the first 5 to 20 minutes as an important summary of the market. But obviously, I know that it's quite confusing for most of you guys, especially because a lot of you guys are beginners. It's quite confusing. I know, I do understand, guys, that it's confusing for someone to tell you that Bitcoin right now is expected to go to 67k, but it may as well go to 116k. I know that is quite confusing, but trust me, these are not predictions. These are only biases that would change based on the market structure and the price action. So yes, I'm going to cover it quite extensively. If you have a question about it, please do drop it in the comment section. Let me quickly pull up the comments, and then I'll cover these ideas in more in depth, hopefully, as the time goes by for today. Don't worry, guys, we got still lots of time, lots of minutes and hours to cover on today's stream. So stick along for longer if you're interested in actually maybe taking the trades with me, or even covering new ideas if we get the chance to, because obviously I may like do a little bit more TA, find an idea, ask a question, or maybe doing both. All right, so let me quickly take a look at the comments quickly. Give me a second here. We got Philip in the chat. Thank you. Good morning, brother. I'm tired, boss. I need a trade quick. I need to go to sleep. All right, I think we've covered the trade ideas, but unfortunately you gotta stick and stay awake if you're interested in taking these longs or shorts. Hold on a second. Me ready. We got Dave, Rhonda. Yo, how you doing, brother and sister? Maybe. Can we make money on this trade? Yeah, that's the whole idea of trying to like cover trades every single day, is actually making money. Obviously, education is also an important factor, but obviously the easiest thing to do is in terms of offering you guys value is actually making money. Then obviously the second one would be making education. All right. Good morning. We got Arito. Arito, I'm sure that hopefully I read your name right. We got Salam, Muhammad Irfat. How you doing, brothers? Inverse head and shoulder right now, right? Personally, I don't trade patterns. Guys, trust me, if you want to become... All right, I'll take it as a chance to... I wouldn't say shit on the patterns idea, but also like use it as a chance to maybe give you my rationale or reasoning why. Even like I do know that most of the viewers here are accustomed and used to trading patterns. So just let me preface before I give you the ideas of why I don't trade patterns. If you are consistently a profitable trader for months and months, then please throw whatever I'm going to say in the garbage can or in the bin. But if you're still struggling with making money as a profitable trader or unprofitable trader that way, I think you should be open to listening for other recommendations, other to be honest, options or like ways of trading, because personally I hate trading patterns. First of all, whatever is too beginner friendly, too known, is always like used by, I wouldn't say whales, but it's like too famous that even like people with like lots of money will use it as a chance to fake out the beginners. Like trust me, no hedge fund is going to draw two shoulders and a head and call it this as a pattern. Trust me, you gotta think about something that is, if it feels too simple, too stupid, then probably it is, with all due respect. Because like think about it, like first of all, like I think the easiest thing to maybe gear you guys away from trading patterns is the easiest thing by just saying that imagine a hedge fund using a head and shoulder or an inverse head and shoulder even to trade. Like what does this, like why would I think about long in here? Like the only reason why, I think if I ask you the question with all the respect, doesn't matter to be honest. I'm totally happy about getting asked questions or even like having maybe perceptions being put in the comments. Totally fine with me, but hopefully brother or sister, you'd be open with me using your comment as an example. Because like if I ask you why you think that trading the inverse head and shoulder would result in a profit, you'd probably tell me, I don't know, it is a pattern because it is. See how like it's only good because it is good. But like there isn't an underlying reason why a pattern works, except that everybody knows that it does. So sometimes it plays out because lots of people try to buying equals pump, so it goes up. But for the most part, guys, trust me, trying to long an inverse head and shoulder, first of all, like the easiest way to maybe see telling you how, guys, how silly patterns are is just by saying that, trust me, no big money player or hedge fund or trust fund will be drawing shoulders of humans and heads and telling you, oh, I'm going to buy here and sell here. First of all, that's the easiest jokingly way of maybe telling you that I don't like patterns. But also, most importantly, that the reason why, or technically why I don't like patterns mainly, is because think about it, like the inverse head and shoulder is a bullish pattern, quote unquote, whatever that is. All right. So the whole idea of the head and shoulders is just for you to buy at the breakout of the neckline. So see why you're putting yourself at such an unfavorable position by longing the top. So you'll be longing at this area, as you can see here. So you're belonging longing after such an explosive move to the upside, as you can see. So technically it doesn't matter matter much, to be honest. So, or not matter much, it's actually wrong. Give me a second here, guys. All right, so quickly, just to explain to you guys that, please, for the love of God, like instead of doing that, what mostly happens, because you're putting yourself at a unfavorable position where most liquidity will be sitting high, what will be happening here most likely is actually you entering a long, and then see, that's your tiny nice long. I'm not sure why the thing is not working well. Maybe because we are at the higher end of the chart, not sure. Anyways, so imagine your long being here. All right, I think we've made it work a bit. Anyways, so imagine the long here, and then once you open a long at such a top, the market will fake you out, and then it will go lower, and then you'll draw a new pattern, and it fakes you out, it goes higher. So trust me, guys, whatever feels simple and beginner friendly, it's probably because it is, and it doesn't work. With all due respect, like, trust me, guys, delete your indicators, delete your patterns, stop. For the love of God, no hedge fund will be drawing lines to predict a pump. Anyways, thank you though. Hello, champs. Thank you for sharing your crypto wisdom. Greetings from Spain. Thank you, brother and sisters. Thank you, guys, for your nice comments, and also for appreciation comments. Please enable subtitles. Unfortunately, live streams, I'm not sure if subtitles are available for live streams, guys. Not sure though, but maybe. Spot selling and perps longing at 83.8 doesn't look like a bottom formation. Could be, to be honest. Long trade seems good for today. Yeah, I much prefer the long because, like, I'm quite happy about the support bounce we had from yesterday. Like, I just want to make it clear, guys, that I chose, or I didn't get the perfect time to long here because, like, the reaction took a while and then it actually got into the night. So I want to be totally truthful and transparent by saying that I did not long the 84.6 K level, even though we had mentioned it yesterday. So give me a quick second here where let me pull up the English channel, also pull up the last video, because yesterday I made a video on the live stream where we spoke about a potential little long. I told you guys that I don't prefer it, but it is still there, which is at 84.6. So I spoke about it. I don't want to act like I took the trade. I didn't, guys. By the way, like, whenever you see a trade I speak about, I'm always going to share it and show it to you guys. So I want to be totally transparent by saying that even though I'm happy that the trade actually worked out, personally I did not take it. Why? For the reasons that, two reasons. Mainly because I was also like doing lots of stuff at night, and then because at the tail end, like, that we had gotten the good reaction at 1 a.m. at night, so I was asleep by that time. Anyways, it doesn't matter to me. Like, if I miss a trade, then that's totally fine with me. Anyways, so I just want to emphasize that we actually got in the move that we wanted from yesterday. Like, if I quickly check the video and the live stream from yesterday, we had covered this idea, even though, like, it took me literally, that last video was 14 minutes long, but we did mention a little scalp potential idea from the day low, or the daily low, as you can see. All right. Anyways, so other than that, as you can see, we had the MPC and the daily at 84.642. So I'm quite happy about that working out. So if you had taken the long, please do keep it open because we had a perfect reaction off of that line. We also, by the way, guys, we had the Fibonacci retracement golden pocket at that area. So we had lots of confluence at the area of 84, 84.5. I'd say even 85, and then that was mainly the reason for us pumping. Now, I would like to also cover how can Bitcoin actually change the structure, because you gotta understand, guys, that the reason why I preface my bearishness or my bias towards 67 by saying that we must hold on to 91 is because realistic analysis and realistic trading isn't about predicting price. Like, I do have a nice I'd say expectation or a bearish expectation or a bias from or us holding 91 would tell us that the price will most likely go to 67. But you gotta understand that it's always going to be like held by, or like the main reason for thinking about such an amazing drop is us holding 91k. Like, I think that, like, please don't focus much on the thumbnail and the title, especially from yesterday, guys. I know I do like admit that I go crazy with the titles because Bitcoin to 67k doesn't quite cover the depth of the video that was 14 minutes long. So hopefully, guys, you, rather than use the title as the compass for trading, you gotta watch. So use the title just to get you enticed into watching the video or the live stream, because you gotta understand the intricacies of what to do exactly with said information, because it's totally different. And I do understand that lots of you guys are beginners, so I gotta be careful with how I phrase stuff. Anyway, so you gotta understand that if Bitcoin actually keeps 91k as resistance, yes, I'm going to be expecting 67. All right, but obviously with the word if that obviously leaves the door open for a possibility of us reclaiming 91. Here, I'm not here trying to cover my back by like mentioning two scenarios. That these are totally different scenarios, that if one happen, the other doesn't happen. So you gotta understand that I'm not here to give you a prediction. Like, I'm not here trying to say that if we reclaim 91, I'm going to be expecting 116, and if we don't reclaim 91, I'm going to be expecting 67, and that is basically me being right no matter what happens. I'm not here to be right or wrong by making content on YouTube. I'm only trying to make money off of these stuff. So yeah, you gotta understand that with 91 being the line in the sand, that way the prediction of 116 and the prediction of 67, even though I do admit that they sound both confusing and too large away from the price, they are totally different and split apart from each other. So give me a second, guys, here. My bad, bros, and guys too. I'm trying to use the word guys because I think that most of you guys have told me that I think guys would cover both brothers and sisters rather than me having to mention them separately. Anyways, I'm still a bit sick. So, anyways, so I hope you guys understand that by saying that, you gotta understand something important, guys. That whenever I say that I'm expecting 67k if we hold 91, but if we reclaim 91, I'm going to be probably more expecting 116. This is not said to cover my back in terms of looking good, in terms of like making content on YouTube. I'm only saying this because I do want you to understand that there's a huge difference, between the bias and trading. Like, me being biased towards lower is only because we're below 91 and because we are downtrending. So that is a bias by itself. Doesn't mean anything other than maybe looking for shorts more than longs. So see how like it doesn't affect much my reasoning or my outlook on looking for trades. So like, if I'm going to look at a trade or for a trade, I'm going to go on a lower time frame. So please understand that if I tell you, or if I go crazy by titling the video Bitcoin to 67k, that doesn't mean that I'm expecting or predicting a move down that simple. Like, even though I may do it from time to time, like, you know me, guys, like, I think that if you've been watching me for at least a good 3-4 weeks, then you know that I do go crazy by giving little crystal ball predictions, but I try not to overly say them, because you gotta understand that even the most perfect, nicest, profitable trader wouldn't be able to tell you that if we are at 87, we will be going to 67. There's no way in hell, guys, I'll be saying that. Like, I don't have an actual crystal ball that would expect and predict 22% down. I'm merely saying that with the trend being obviously towards lower, and with us losing for the first time since April of 2025 the value area low, technically, this is not my opinion, but technically the target is 67. So please understand this. I haven't taken a look at the comments, but if something isn't clear, please tell me. So what would I do with such information? If you're asking me, like, how can I do this, use this information, if you're telling me that this isn't a prediction but a bias? So basically, that would allow you two things: either keep your shorts open, as I do. By the way, like, maybe I have a short from 106, so maybe I'll close it if we reclaim 92. But if we don't, I'm going to be holding on it. So if you have a short, keep it open. See how nice it is? Like, that would help me in terms of a bias. And if you're looking, I think that shorts will have a higher likelihood of actually working better than longs. That's it. That's all the bias would help you. Mentioning 67k doesn't mean you sell now, buy later. Especially as most of you guys, beginners who are like spot investing, would take my words, like will like literally don't watch the 14-minute video, but rather would read the Bitcoin to 67k title and then sell their spot holdings at a loss and say that, oh, he told us it's going lower, I'm going to sell at a loss and buy even lower, which is totally wrong. As a day trader, as someone who's putting out content for the traders out there, I only say that 67k is possible because the trend is biased towards lower, is bearish, and also because we had seen a rejection off of the value area low at 91. That's it. I'm not saying to sell, I'm not saying to short. You could short, but not randomly. At least look for a trade. Anyways, but you gotta understand that if we manage to reclaim 91, I can as easily make a new video. You're going to see it, guys. If we reclaim 91, 92, I'm probably going to make a video titled Bitcoin to 116. I know the title would sound totally contradictory to what we had made like a couple of days ago, which is the 67k one, but you gotta understand that I'm only changing my bias if something pivotal such as reclaiming 91 happens. Like, it's totally fine. I'm not here trying to look good in front of the camera or in front of like in my YouTube videos. I'm only saying stuff that would make me money in my pocket, guys. So if it happens to help you guys, then it's obviously my goal in terms of making content. But if someone gets mad at me for titling Bitcoin to 67k and then 2 days later Bitcoin reclaims 91 and then I'm going to title a video with Bitcoin going to 116, I wouldn't care at all, because it's a matter of actually seeing something different and then using it to trade. So like, you gotta understand that if Bitcoin actually holds on to this low and makes a higher low and then like reclaims 91, 92, not only will we actually be reclaiming the value area low of 91, 92, but also will be doing or making a higher high for the first time. So the structure will be shifting from lower highs and lower lows to higher lows and higher highs. So please understand that it's quite fine for me and for you as a day trader. In the name itself, like, the secret is in the name, guys. Like, it's totally fine as day traders to like flip our bias once something different happens and then like look into long every single way all the way to 116. So see how like it's not about holding your ideas or your biases, but switching them in a way that would make you most money. Anyways, let me read the comments here because I think I've went on a rant quite a lot, and also let me cover the lower time frame. I think we should keep the time frame on this because we may as well get a long or a short as we speak. For today, we've already went 30 minutes, 32 minutes, so we'll keep on for another hour maybe, as long as we're getting nice, smart questions in the chat. All right. Greeting from Nigeria. Thank you. We got a Nigeria in the chat. Can you please explain the lines with more details? Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to, because these lines, even though they may look the same, but they totally have different ideas. I'm not saying no because I don't want to, but trust me, these would take me hours and hours to cover. Like explaining lines, they are lines, but it takes hours to explain the ideas and the rationale for every single line, because every single line, they only in red because I chose them to be red, but like every one of them has different reasons. Like the easiest one I could explain is this one. This one is basically the daily low with lots of liquidity. This one is an MPUC. I gotta go in like 31-hour rant explaining what the MPUC is. This is an MPUC with a daily. That is a hit now, so I gotta delete it, so it doesn't matter anyway. So please bear with me. I wanna like explain lines, but it's hard to explain every single line. It's like if I explain every single line, then I have to maybe put out a course and keep on talking for literally a day till everybody gets the idea. Hold on a second. I think I've missed a few questions here. All right. Hi, brother. How are you? I'm doing quite fine myself. Hopefully, all of you guys are doing the same. Good day, champs. Smash the likes on the way in. Support the channel. Yeah, thank you, Wayne. We got Wayne, the champion. I'm quite, to be honest, like happy about whenever Wayne shows up, because you gotta remember that Wayne, I think the timing here for him is like maybe 7:30. It's closer to 8 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's 8 a.m. Wayne's time. I think maybe the Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get the goal of 100 likes. Why live for the first time? Can we do it together? Let's go. All right, let's see if Wayne's goal can be hit. I've never asked, or I try not to ask for likes, but to be honest, I get totally happy whenever someone mentions a certain goal line. So let's shoot for 100 likes, guys. Will you short Bitcoin now? Obviously not, but maybe later, guys. Like, you gotta understand that all I do as a trader, I make ideas and scenarios and then set or make up setups. So if a setup is hit, I'll take it. But obviously, if someone shows up randomly midway through the live stream and asks me about shorting now or longing now, I'll almost always say no. We got Alan in the chat. We got Richmond. Goraf said, I shorted from 89k. Can I hold it or close? Personally, you can hold it, but if we reclaim 88, you gotta be cautious, because as I said, guys, if we manage to reclaim instead of getting a rejection, so this would be a rejection. Me seeing 88, losing 87, I'll call this a rejection and maybe try to short. But if we, instead of doing this, if we actually go above to 88, hold 88, 87 as support, I'm going to be waiting for 91, 90k. So this, I know that it may seem to a beginner that I'm saying too long, but please don't be long in here. Only avoid shorts. Don't long, for the love of God. I only talk about longs when we're dipping below, never longs when we're breaking out, because there's always a chance that it may seem as if it's longing, or if it's a good long, but then it fakes you out to low. So please don't be the kind of person, a foolish person, that buys the highs and sells the lows. If a certain resistance line is broken, watch it fly. Don't do nothing. All right, or do nothing. I think that's contradiction to myself. Anyways. How does retail trade actually? Like, do they have strategies or such indicators and patterns? I'm not sure what you mean. But sorry, whenever I say retail, technically, guys, we're all retail traders. Like, I'm 100% sure that everybody that watches me is trading with less than 100 million capital in dollars. Anyways, so assuming that everybody has a below or sub 100 million capital, we're all technically in the textbook definition retailers. But whenever I say the term retailers, what I mean is basically the beginner side of the retailers, the ones who are mainly using indicators and pattern, and they are not able to become profitable long term. So hopefully you got I know that is confusing, because yes, technically retailers are all of us, but all I mean is the beginner side of the retailers. Do you have a setting for the VWAP? Yeah, I can quickly show it to you guys, because it's not a setting, but I'm pretty sure that once you use it, the default way, I think it comes with like lots of lines. These ones are checked, so uncheck these and that's it. Like, you gotta do nothing. Like this is standard deviation, multipliers 1, H plus L plus C divided by 3. I think that comes like as default, and then just uncheck all of these, leave the VWAP by itself, and that's it, guys. VWAP is easy. Sorry, VWAP is simple to use, but not easy. I think that's the right phrasing. We got Wigig in the chat. How you doing, brother? Good morning, Amfinga. Dima said, I took a long yesterday and I am taking profits. Good for you, kudos for you, to be honest. Can you please show us your settings on Fibonacci? Yes, absolutely, brothers and sisters too. Whenever someone is looking for a setting or a thing, like, even though I've mentioned it like 100 times now, I'm totally happy about reaching 1,000,000 times of actually showing it to you guys again and again and again. So totally fine with that. Anyways, so if you have a question, by the way, Please, I'll hopefully answer every single comment. By the way, I've never missed a single comment like that is put on the YouTube videos and also on the live streams. Maybe on the live stream I've missed one by mistake, but on the YouTube videos I'm 100% certain that I reply to every single one. I try to do my best to reply comprehensively. I'm not sure how to say it. Anyways, so the main lines that I focus on the Fibonacci, all right, are these ones: 0.6118 and 0.66, which is the golden pocket. So are we taking a long now? No. Perfect long idea yesterday, brother. Thank you, Dennis. I think that lots of you guys are getting it or have taken it. So that's quite fine. You can get it. You can get an AI to automate subtitles. I'm not sure how would I put it into the live stream. So maybe you can help me, guys. If you have an idea, totally fine. I do understand that I speak fast, and imagine like speaking fast in your second language. So I think that's totally hard, but thank you guys for sticking with me. Anyways, hopefully the content and the trades are more important than supersede the accent. On 1 hour time frame, candles seem to be finding resistance. I'm trying not to overly analyze everything. Like, obviously, like, how would you say that they seem to be? They don't seem. Candles are just a representation of time, guys. So candles don't mean anything. Just because someone decided to create a candle looking or something that looks like a candle and call it like a candle and then decide how it works, that doesn't change how the market actually moves. So don't be over analyzing everything, guys. Just focus on the basics. The easy, the simple but hard basics. The advanced stuff. We got Hobby. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne, for replying back. I shorted at 89.9. How now? Not sure what you mean. Smash the likes button, family. Let's make 100 live on the stream. I think that we can maybe pull it off for today's stream. I'm not sure how much we got right now. Maybe you can guys let me all know what's the like count right now. Thank you for doing the live for free. This info is so valuable. Yeah, no worries, brothers and sisters. I'm totally happy and ecstatic to show up every single day, and I am quite proud and happy that I actually have gotten the chance of, or I've been getting the chance, but right now on the English channel, because obviously I've been making content, guys, for the past 3-4 years. So I've been trading, but by not myself, but also with the community for the past 3-4 years. But I'm quite happy about getting lots of new brothers and sisters to get the chance to trade with. So totally proud of what we have built so far, even though it is not the biggest channels, but I'm quite happy about at least getting lots of names that are recurring, that would show up. Give me a nice comment in the comment section. All right, hold on a second. We got good afternoon. Got Michael in the chat. And then Wayne said, absolutely, no one else provides this level of TA for free. No selling, no shilling, just pure TA. Yeah, guys, nothing to sell you here. Even though I may mention weeks from time to time, it's totally up to you if you wanna you guys use it. So our focus is just shorts for now. No, not technically, guys. Just, you gotta understand the intricacies of day trading, guys. So the bias would only like make you more happy about taking shorts, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be longing at all. I know that is confusing, but just take it or understand it as if like let your shorts run for longer because they have a higher opportunity and an upside. By upside I mean downside by going lower. Should we short the market at 87.7? Not that simple, Arani. I'm not sure where your name stops and the surname begins, but not that simple, brothers, because or sisters, because you need to wait for 88 to be a hit and then for 87 to be lost. So then this for short. If this happens but never this, then no short. So hopefully I've dumbed it down in an easy, digestible way for you all to understand, guys. Anyways, always check the volume. Big player can fake price, not volume. Yeah, this is why we always got the order flow app. I am still going to set up my Macs. Guys, please don't scold me in the chat about it. But by the way, guys, I'm the volume guy, so don't worry, guys. Thank you. I'm quite happy about a comment that mentions volume, but don't worry about me. I mainly focus on volume. Not mainly, but only on volume, quite honestly. Likes are at 554. All right, let's double them in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I want to see how effective they are. I think people stopped asking for likes since 2015, but let me see if they're still working. Give me a second here. Let me adjust my setting. Sign up for weeks. Use code QLWL. Support Champs Crypto. Best way to show gratitude to our humble teacher. Smash the likes. Thank you, Wayne, for remembering the referral code. To be honest, that's quite smart of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, brother. To be honest, you're totally kind. I entered my signal on daily short trade for 4.5 target and stop loss 3.5. But the entry is, so I am negative now. I'm not sure what you mean. What about the altcoins? Can you please share your thoughts, especially that some of them have ETFs coming out this December? All right. So I'll say it this way, or I'll put it this way. If we get the chance to invest, I'll say that invest if you have a coin where you're convinced about the pricing or the how cheap or how high the discount is, then be my guest, buy it. Don't stop yourself, or don't let the market conditions stop you from grabbing yourself like a nice discounted ETH, for example, because it has obviously or had obviously went down almost 50%. So if you're convinced with that, buy and start buying, especially if you have your own like maybe full-time job. You can literally DCA your way all the way lower. But as a day trader, by the way, guys, whenever I say as a day trader, I mean the half of my brain that functions as a day trader, because obviously I do invest myself, but I'm more geared towards day trading for crypto. So stocks, real estate is better obviously for investing. I'm not sure if someone is scalping the real estate market. Like actually physically, but what I mean that I think that investing is better when it comes to actual stocks and real estate. Crypto is much better from my experience, to be honest, in terms of trading it. So rather than loving like the whole market, like for ETH, for example, like I'd much rather miss out on the bottom of ETH or on ETH and then jump ship, or jump not ship but jump on the ship once the market starts giving me a better, clearer price action and confirmation. So notice or remember how I said at the beginning of the live stream that Bitcoin technically, like, it can literally cancel out the prediction of 67 if we somehow reclaim 91. If Bitcoin goes above to 91, I might be prepared for a pump to 97 and then 116. So if that happens, then maybe I'm going to be randomly immediately start to love ETH again. So that's totally fine. I don't need to like overly risk stuff by jumping right now into a trade, guys. I want to be totally patient by waiting for lower or something that is more clear. Give me a second, guys, here. All right, I think I'm good here. My nose is itchy for some reason. Anyways, hold on. Yesterday you said 67k. Yeah, I think I've covered it, but maybe you've entered quite late, Steve. Or Stevek. So totally fine. But just to reiterate, guys, if you haven't or you didn't watch the first, I'd say, good 20 minutes of the live stream, what I said it was like, if you had watched the 14-minute long video from yesterday, even though the title is 67, obviously the reason why I chose this title is because I'm not going to kid you guys or lie to you. It is a catchy title, but also you gotta understand that like I wouldn't be able to title the video Bitcoin Analysis December 1st 2025. So I gotta like use something that would make people watch. But then if you had watched the 14-minute time frame, sorry, the 14-minute long video, you would have known that I never give predictions, guys. No matter how explicit the title and thumbnail may seem to be. So from time to time, I do admit I go crazy on them from time to time, but no matter what or how explicit they are, you gotta understand that as a day trader, I will never and ever, like, if you hear it from me, believe that it's AI or something, because I'll never say it. I'll never give a prediction, an actual like airtight prediction. I'll always leave it for chance and for technical view, not because I'm trying to cover my back by saying everything is possible, but unfortunately everything is. Like, even though I know that most of the beginners that are watching this live stream or video try to oversimplify stuff by telling me should we long or short, buy or sell. It's never that simple. Like, I know the title says, or the yesterday's title said 67, but technically we can immediately now go above 88, go back to 91, retest 91, reclaim 91, go to 97, and then I'm going to be saying 116. So see how, like, I'm not here flip-flopping. All I'm doing is changing bias based on the price action changing. So I'd say that flip-flopping is maybe closing and shorting closing longs, opening shorts randomly, hiding them, not being transparent. But if I say stuff without them affecting my transparency, I wouldn't say that is called flip-flopping. I'll call it a change of bias. So I'll only say stuff that would make me money. I would not, or I wouldn't care about the feelings of someone that read the title of yesterday and never cared to watch any piece of content of mine for the next month or so. All right. Give me a second here. I think Zloty said I am in long from yesterday at 84.3, took half profit around 86.9, but I started shorting below yesterday when chart went below 86.9, but I took my stop loss almost the same amount what I won on my long. Totally fine. Just try to not over trade, brother. Like if you caught a good long, try not to be overly smart by getting another short or long, or don't be over trading. I think most of you guys fail at stopping yourself from trading stupid trades or taking stupid trades. Sorry. What time you use for confirmation? How much you wait? Candles time? Nothing. I would, and I know that this is one of the most asked questions that I get. But unfortunately, guys, you gotta understand that the word confirmation is only semantics here, because you can't get a confirmation. Nothing is confirmed in the market. Like, I wouldn't be able to give you a formula of a certain candle close, a certain thing to happen, a certain reaction to be confirmed. Like, all you can do is like, you can obviously wait for a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of candle closes, depending on what kind of like TA and setup you're doing, because a scalp will maybe wait, you'll have to wait for a 5-minute time frame candle. A higher time frame would maybe make you wait for 30 minutes, an hour. So I wouldn't be able to give you an exact candle close, but you gotta understand that you gotta watch the reaction and then use your gut feeling. Pray to God, put the stop loss at a good amount, and that's it. Like, nothing is confirmed in the market, unfortunately. How do I know when to take the next long trade? You wouldn't, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, you wouldn't know. You would take it if you have a setup or not. Why weeks has high fee? Technically not, to be honest, especially if you're using limit orders. I think that most of you guys fail to enter trades with limit order, and also to be honest, weeks, I like them because they are one of the easiest ones to get the VIP, and that way they will give you stupid low fees, to be honest. Loving the channel. Thank you, Smokey. Can you do some small videos in detail on the VWAP fixed range? Yeah, I gotta do them. I'm working on them, and by I'm working on them, I mean that I want to work on them, but unfortunately I'm too lazy. But yeah, these are in the works and in the plans. I gotta set up my new Mac, which has been sitting here on my desk for like hold on a second, for like good two weeks here now, more than 2 weeks, to be honest. So I gotta work on my laziness, and then hopefully I'll start working on these educational content, because I do understand that most of you guys like would love to get the basics on, and then for us to build on them on the live streams. So thank you, Smokey. Thank you for enjoying the content, and thank you for your recommendation. Like, I've been getting these like questions and suggestions quite a lot. Bro works with the moon and Banter plus his own Arabic. Give this man some props. Thank you. I'm not sure if I work with Banter. Maybe that's a rumor out there, but thank you for your kind words. Brother Livings Funman said, please help me with this. If you had to make rules for a beginner for day trading, what would those be? Never enter a trade without a stop loss. Never set a certain percentage loss per day or per week to stop trading after that, so it won't be revenge trading. What else? Never long if you haven't pre-planned an idea, or sorry, never take a setup that you didn't quite plan it ahead of time. Like, sometimes what happens is, guys, like, you get into the chart, you start having like random feelings at the price point or the current price action, and then you enter based on that a shorter trade or a long. So if you want to become an actual trader, learn to watch the effing price. Like, wait, or like make up a plan to short if it comes to this, long if it comes to lower. So don't like jump into random analysis analysis based trades. Give me a second here, brothers. All right. Let me quickly read the comments. Carfe or Carfres. Sorry, guys. It's hard to like tell which one is the name, which one is the surname, which one, if it's all a nickname or not. So I watched all your videos ever since the Moon Card intro. You are very good. Or introduced you. Very good TA. Thank you. quite happy about that. Till said, "Hi Ahmed, thank you for your clean and clear teaching. How about we are now losing the How about we are now losing the 86.9? Would it still be a short or only if no? Yeah. So the short is only contingent on the fact or on the in case Bacon goes above to 88k. So it's not about holding a certain line, but rather faking out a certain line. So like even though I may say, or I said like on the short idea for today, we gotta wait for a 88k level to be hit, and then we lose 87. The more important one is doing this, because this is the fake out part. This is the getting longs trapped part. The reason why I am interested in taking a short here, because this one would take these highs, as you can see, these little highs, hit the anchored VWAP, which basically represents the downtrend that will start from 93. So this is an important resistance line hit. Also, I'd love for the market to open. We only got 1 hour and 20 minutes till the New York session opens. So I'd love for the market to open with lots of longs getting stuck at the highs. The reason why I tell you guys never to trade patterns, because what will happen, beginners, like beginner retailers, will look at this as a like head and shoulder and long here. So even though, yeah, I do admit that I have a potential prediction that if we reclaim 88, we will be going higher. There's always the chance and the case that retailers long the breakout of the head and inverse head and shoulder, whatever that is. Anyways, and then if they get stuck here, if I mean there's a chance, obviously they get the chance the Bitcoin goes higher. So if the price goes to 88, gets them stuck into their longs, but then loses 87, I'm going to be ready to short the loss of 87. So it's only contingent on the fact that we get to 88 in the first place, and then think about the rejection or not. Let me take a sip of water here, guys. ELV said, do you have a rule for the trade size, like percentage of your total funds? Yeah, that one I think I've answered. I think I've got to make like maybe a guide, like trade guide book PDF, like for free, and I have it in the description, because these are one of the this and like lots of questions are one of them. Like I get them like a lot. Anyways, so the rule of thumb to enter a trade is basically that don't think about how much you're entering a trade with, but rather look at the percentage lost in terms of the whole portfolio if the stop loss is hit. So don't focus on the percentage of the trade or the size of the trade. Focus on the percentage potential loss on the trade. Yeah, so try to keep it capped, or not even capped. Choose a certain percentage that you always risk in every single trade. Most of you guys fail because you think that if you lose a trade, that means you made a mistake. Obviously not. Like at the beginning, yes, as you are like literally like having the learning curve, most of it will be your own mistakes causing your own losses. But at a certain point, you gotta understand that trading is a game of probability. So no matter how good of an expert you are, you gotta take losses. It is part of the game. I'd say that trading is like gambling, but with a science behind it, or gambling with a little nice charts behind it. But you gotta understand that you gotta like cap your potential loss so that you are able to like get hit lots of times. Then for till one trade actually works out, plays out, and then you get the chance to make all the losses up or back. So most of you guys fail because you literally either win big or lose big. That's a mistake, guys. If your portfolio size is $1,000, don't tell me that you literally made 2x on your money by trading a long or short. That way, that tells me that if probably the trade went against you, you would have lost like 50% of your money. If you're losing if you're making 50 or losing 50%, you're gambling with your money, brothers and sisters too. Yeah, but I never know where the market is going, so I wanted to have a position for both options. No, that's totally wrong. Like we all never know where the market is going, so that doesn't give us the sign, or doesn't signal us to open two trades opposite to each other. You only open, or I may open or happen to have like a long and a short against each other only if I have two different setups at a different time and a different entry and a different reason. So don't think, guys, that if you have seen me previously, even like from yesterday, having a long and a short open at the same time, that doesn't mean that I literally open them like simultaneously. That's totally wrong, guys. I only, just because I plan out a trade, it happens to be successful, I keep it open, wait a couple of hours, days, and then I get a new trade which could be in the opposite direction. By direction I mean that's the opposite, like vice versa, long or vice versa. uh, so the max setup will be our Christmas gift. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully before that, I'll get it done this week. No worries. What is your win rate and profit to loss ratio? Smart, important questions. I'll say that my win rate in terms of trades it fluctuates. So sometimes it gets better. Like right now with these like amazing shorts, it literally has gone up to 84%, 83%. Which is like how much? So I win 8, I win a bit more than 8, I lose 2 or a bit less than 2. But it sometimes for like hard price action, strong price action, it may even dip below 67%. So from 67 to 84, depending on how good I feel in terms of being in the zone. I made it. Salam, brother, and everyone. Thank you, TD4. I know I know it's so much to ask, but no worries. That's totally fine. Nothing is too much to ask, to be honest. About the lies, I understood everything else. Trading now makes sense. Thank you, Arito. Thank you for nice comments, and also like asking something would be totally nice because it tells me that someone needs it or someone is like cares enough to ask for it. So thank you, by the way. Nothing is like annoying for me, to be honest. I'm totally happy about getting such questions. Sorry, AV said morning, thanks for the stream. Thank you, AV, thank you for showing up. Salam said, Ahmed, I just took 50% off my ETH long from 2,730 at 2,836. Congrats, brother. I'm quite happy for you. And also, I like the fact that you managed to lock in the fact that you made profits, locked the profits up, move the stop loss to entry, and enjoy whatever happens next. Because as I said, or as we've covered at the beginning, if we manage to reclaim 88, we may as well get a pump to 91. So if this happens, we won't be shorting, but we'll be making, or you'll be making money by the price going up. Thank you for everybody that has been commenting in the chat. I'm quite enjoying it about the experience and also the feeling of getting like brothers and sisters that are showing up every single day and caring enough about the intricacies of trading. Because I gotta admit that the market or the market for such content isn't that big. Like I would probably get more views if I even cared about them. Honestly, I don't care about views and numbers. I only care about, like, the only thing that I love is actually getting asked questions that are totally revolving around the thing that I like to do and make money out of. So I never even cared about likes, comment, or whatever of that. But yeah, I do admit that this kind of content is super niche. So I'd much rather have 10 brothers and sisters that I can have a conversation with on a daily basis, rather than making, I wouldn't say stupid, but different content about like the next alt season, the next altcoin, the next 100x, the next that. I don't know, guys. I know that content is boring. Also, I'd much rather do these little nice thumbnails. I make them myself, by the way, guys. So please don't tell me they look bad, because I think they look nice. Like lots of big friends, like big YouTuber friends of mine, have told me to change them, but I tell them I like them. I'm not sure. Anyways, sorry for going on and around, guys. I just want to be totally appreciative and remind you guys and remind myself how nice it is to get this chance. Wallah, guys, this is the best channel. I subbed to a trading channel over Black Friday, and the guy is a ghost. Yet Ahmed is free and always there for us. Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite happy. Or sorry, I was born this way. Like if I have something that I'm actually interested in, trust me, no one will stop me from talking. Like I think that, guys, hopefully don't get bored of me, because I unfortunately and fortunately do like to talk a lot. Like ratio wise, I'm not sure what you mean. Could you provide a rough idea of Could you provide a rough idea of margin, leverage, and stop loss ratio wise? So see, leave the margin and leverage by themselves. I literally made a quite amazing in-depth explanation on one of the previous live streams. I would have I would have loved to wish, or no matter how you phrase it, I'm not sure. Anyways, my English is my second language. Leave me alone, guys. Anyways, so I would love to go back and find like a section of like a previous live stream where I literally spent like 20 minutes explaining in depth the idea and the relation between the margin, leverage, and stop loss. So just to quickly give you a summary of that. So think about it this way. Just imagine you have $1,000 that you're trading with. So your capital is $1,000, just to use an easy full number. Anyways, so if you have $1,000 to trade with, you gotta first cap your stop loss. Not even cap. I think I'm using it wrong, because cap like shows that maybe you can have a fluctuation in price. But I mean like set an exact explicit stop loss for every single trade that you enter. And that should be, obviously it depends on your strategy. I think you can play with it, but use or try out 1 to 5%. By that I mean not to try it randomly. 1 5 1. Sometimes you enter with 1% risk, 1 2 1. Sometimes you enter with 2, sometimes with 3. No, I mean that you try either like 5 4 3. Try one of them and stick with it for a long period of time. If your capital is above 10k, then maybe use 1%. If your capital is only 1%, or sorry, $1,000, maybe try 5%. Anyway, so just stick with a certain stop loss number percentage, and have it be like the potential risk and loss for every single trade. Don't tell me this is a wide stop loss, this is a large trade, this is a small trade. I want you to, every single time you enter a trade, no matter the result of it, the potential risk and the potential loss should be capped at a certain limit, whether 5 4 3 2 1, depending on which one would suit you better and how much you've got of capital. Like if you only have $100 to trade with, I'd say $100 is too low, to be honest, guys. But let's just assume you are adamant about trying to actually trade with $100. Then obviously you gotta go crazy with the risk, maybe above 5% even. But the good reasonable capital to start trading should be 500 to 1,000. So that's why I like to use $1,000 as the example here. If I trade $1,000, should I have just 1,000 on my trading account? Because if I have more, I could be liquidated. No. So on weeks and on every single exchange, not only on weeks, by the way, guys, you can, on the top right corner, you can set it as isolated. By that, if you have it cross, move it to isolated. That means that every single trade, you're only risking the margin you've entered. And also, but just because you've mentioned liquidation, I want you guys to all promise me, the whole 98 concurrent viewers that are watching me live right now, guys, you gotta promise me to never be liquidated. I know that most of you guys would say, oh, how can I promise you, because we never know, we might be liquidated. You gotta promise me by actually putting a goddamn stop loss every single time. So yeah, you can give me a promise, because you can literally put a stop loss, guys. Most of you guys think about the target but never think about a stop loss. All right, which is better, cross or isolated? For the beginner to to intermediate, I'd say that just don't think about it. It's not an option. Just only put isolated. But if you're advanced, then obviously you wouldn't want me, or you don't need me to answer that question. But if you want, if you're asking this question, then obviously I think the isolated is the better option. Like even me, I wouldn't say I'm advanced, but at least for someone who makes a living out of this, I have it as isolated. It's just better in terms of risk management, trade management, and not to have it fully confusing. You say you would long above 88. What are you looking for to enter? I did not say that. This is a misconception, a rumor that is spread around by you. I never said I would long 88. Honestly, the whole opposite. At 88, I said that we may get a pump above 88 to C91. But if I never say long, so that means I never say long. Don't be analyzing stuff, guys, here. No worries, big OG, thank you. ETH Analysis. I'll take a look at ETH in a second here, guys. Yeah, I do think that I need to look at ETH maybe on a lower time frame. I don't want to go overboard with the time, guys, by the way. So let me quickly finish some stuff, and then we'll maybe watch the price a bit, and then I'll have to end off the stream, because I try to give a fair, equal time for both the community in Arabic and English. So even though it may seem that I'm only spending an hour or an hour 30 minutes every single day, You gotta remember that I'm doing it twice, guys, by going live on both channels. I'm quite happy about it, but I sometimes, because I love the fact that I get the chance to speak about the stuff that I love. I do sometimes have to force myself, or I do forget, so I gotta force myself not to speak that much. Give me a second here. Anyways, let me double check. So we got what now? Short or long? Nothing. Can you share your email? Yeah, my email is official@champscrypto.com. I think that whoever wants to like reach out to me will be able to do that without me like typing it down. So just type the word official, which is the English word official, at, and then after the at sign, champscrypto.com. Smart to buy spot slowly or wait long term. Slowly is better. Spot investment slowly is much better done, especially if you start from now. Because like even though Bitcoin can obviously go to 30K, no one knows, but buying at 87 is much better than like being super like or jumping in with FOMO at the all-time high. All right, so I'll take a look at ETH in a second here, or not in a second, in a minute. Wayne said 71 likes, family. Let's get it to we've got 92 likes to go. Let's make 100 live on the stream. All right, let me stick on the stream till we get 100 likes, and then we'll have it as a target, because I think, Wayne, we've tried getting that like target previously and we failed, obviously. So we'll try to push it right now, guys. I've never cared about it, but to be honest, let's do something different right now. So anyways, the weekly chart is below the 50 EMA. Should we consider it a bearish signal? Personally, I don't use the EMAs because they are a lagging indicator. They only tell you it's bearish once it had fallen down a lot. Apologies for the beginner level questions. No worries, brother and sister. Totally happy about these kind of questions. No worries at all. So no need to apologize. But the last one, you can ask many questions as possible or as you want, because like I'll always like read them. No worries about them. You mentioned logging the trades. How should one do that? To be honest, you can use like a trading platform called TradeZilla, but also like using a regular I have started with a notepad, like an actual physical notepad, a pen and a paper, but you can also do it on a regular, maybe on Notion. I think Notion is good right now. It's a good alternative. So either Notion, TradeZilla, or just a notepad, whether physical or digital. Your content is not boring. I've been looking for this kind of content for 4 years. Also, your English spot on. Thank you, Russell. Coming from an English speaker, I think, judging from your name, that's quite an honor. Thank you. Do you have a Signal group? Unfortunately, or fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately, I don't, guys. I have nothing to sell you, nothing to like make you buy at like from me. No course, no signals, nothing. Even though I know that most beginners would love to jump and not focus on the educational stuff and then just tell me where to buy and sell. But unfortunately, I'm totally against blind signals. I think that I wouldn't say that they are fraud, but my time is better spent giving you educational content than doing my own stuff for my own self. Like, I think that having a signal group, first, it's a bit shady. Secondarily, it would maybe do more harm than good for you personally, because it's hard to get the exact trade replicated, and also because I don't have the time to manage people. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be giving signals and not replying to comments. So trust me, guys, I wouldn't say my time is more valuable, because it sounds bad, but trust me, guys, I don't have the time to, unfortunately. All right. Can you see Solana? Okay, I'll take a look at Solana and ETH before ending off the live stream. You just taught me a lot about the loss percentage. I always come out of a trade if I enter and it goes opposite, since my big loss on the 10th of October, crypto Black Friday. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Ton. Thank you for at least paying attention, and actually, like, it makes me feel that whatever I say, like whenever I go on a tangent, those stuff are actually helpful for the viewers. So thank you, guys. We long or short from 87. Not that simple, guys, unfortunately. I like that you're not trying to sell me anything. You're obviously successful and don't need to grift. Yeah, that's also one of the main reasons why I'm trying not to sell anything. Like, I can literally make a course, spend months, and then like going back or backtrack to calculate how much that time costed me, and then come up with a calculation for the pricing of the course. Totally fine. I'm saying, or technically, yes, like, I think that 99%, or not 99, 85% of the course sellers out there are shady because they depend on the course profits or revenue to make a living. But technically, yes, there's the other 15% who are doing good and they don't totally depend on the money. Because, guys, think about it. Like, obviously, if someone would use or make a course or a community, they're allowed to make it paid because they do spend time on it. And also, like, some of you guys would think, or the beginners out there would think, that why would someone sell me a course if they are making money themselves, profiting from day trading? Now, that is a misconception, even though, like, yeah, unfortunately, 85% of the sellers are shady because they're literally using the course to make money and they have nothing or no other profit generating revenue source. But, and like, there is some logical sense, because think about it, like, even a doctor has like a limit. An actual trader has a limit of how much they can make. It is capped. Like, by the way, guys, like, I have my own capital, so I wouldn't be a Superman. Or I'm not a Superman, but I wouldn't be able to 4 or 5x my money a year. That's totally unreasonable as an actual profitable day trader who's actually trying to make a predictable income for himself. Like, I do live in Dubai, I'm doing good for myself, but that doesn't mean that I literally make infinite money by trading. Like, unfortunately, the only reason, let me go on a tangent here, guys, before I go and check ETH right now. The only reason why maybe there's like a stigma behind traders making a community or a course is because trading, unfortunately, uses money as a tool and a means to an end. So, or sorry, as the end by itself. So it is the means and the ends. So that's the only reason why there's a stigma by course, or sorry, from course sellers. But if you think about it, like, even a doctor has a capped amount of money that they can make by working or doing surgery, but then they can teach the stuff. So see how, like, the community, sorry, the social view or the outlook on a doctor wouldn't be as bad as a trader selling a course, for two reasons. One, because obviously I think that every single shady person on the trading environment or trading side of the social media, unfortunately, are doing that for just to make money. So I think the traders have done that to themselves. They have contributed to the bad stigma. But also, the other thing is because trading is the only, like, way of making money that has money as the means and the ends both. So it is a means to an end, but also the end itself. So that's why it's quite confusing. Like, a beginner would say, or will tell me, like, oh, why would someone need to sell a course if he makes money trading? I'd actually counter the fact that, technically, if you think about it, selling a course or selling something is maybe one of the most like, ethical thing to do in terms of trading, because if someone is not lying about their profits, they wouldn't be making much in terms of trading. Like, maybe they can 2x their money or something if they're great, but nothing more than that. So if they're actually not making much with profits in terms of return, it makes sense for them to also sell the educational content. What I'm against is only signals, and also an easier way of actually making money rather than making a community or course. Think about it. Why can't someone, like, actually ask their viewers to send them money and then tell them, oh, I'm going to control it or make or move it for you or trade with you or for you guys? So I think that community isn't a shady way, but the social aspect and the traders themselves have unfortunately made it look bad. Sorry, guys, for going on a tangent. I know that this is totally irrelevant, especially coming from someone who's not against but isn't planning to go or make a community right now. But that's only because I don't like to be selling you guys stuff. But that's only, or also doesn't mean that selling stuff is for the shady only. Anyways, sorry, guys. All right, so let me cover ETH. Let me take a look at the comments and then I'll cover ETH. Anyways, all right, so I think we've got only 17 likes to go. All right, let me quickly see how much we've got. All right, thank you, Wayne, for being too ecstatic about it. You made me, to be honest, more also happy about it. Anyways, let's shoot for 100 likes, guys. Sorry. All right, let me go on a lower time frame and then I'll sorry, let me cover ETH and then I'll cover other stuff. All right, so because we do have lots of smart questions, but if I start reading them, then unfortunately I won't be doing any kind of TA. So let me just take a quick look in ETH. By the way, like on a higher time frame, I got nothing to say, but on the lower time frame, we can maybe come up with like crucial areas of resistance and support. Daily looks good. I'm probably going to think that there's an MPC here. Yeah, we got also an MPC. Anyways, if you got a question, maybe I'll pick like the final 5 comments to read before we end off the stream. I think we've went well below or well above the planned timing. Anyways, we also have a nice MPUC that is sitting over here. All right. This one is supposedly this one. Yeah, so that is the MPUC here. All right. Bear with me, guys. I'm just looking at. I'm just trying to focus on this stuff before I read the comments. Let me remove this volume profile. Let's see where we bounced from on ETH. Yeah, so technically, I wouldn't say that Fibonacci golden pocket because we literally went all the way lower, but it's quite nice to see that maybe Bitcoin and ETH are trying or like attempting to create a higher low. That is like the beginning of a bullish thing. Like if we hold this higher low and then make a new higher high, that would be maybe the first change of structure from us going and making lower highs and lower lows to actually making higher lows and higher highs. All right, I think I've mentioned that, but I just want to preface this or re-emphasize this, as you can see, guys. All right, so ETH could be doing something similar to what Bitcoin is trying to or also attempting to do. Nothing important right now. Let me go on the daily time frame. I think we had also hit an MPUC, pretty sure. Yeah, similar. Yeah, we had hit an MPUC. See how nice it is? Like we literally went lower, hit this MPUC, and then went higher. So maybe I'll try to look for a long and a short. All right. So unfortunately, the closest short seems to be at 3,000. So I don't want to like immediately jump into conclusion, but that seems to be the case for the time being. I'll only focus on the lower time frame, guys. So only this section of the chart. Yeah. So see how we got this is the MPUC, and also it is also a point of control, an important volume area. So I do like edit the text and just to remind myself that there is also a point of control. All right. Hold on. So this is a point of control with the daily. Good stuff. We can also have. Let me see where we rejected from. Not important. All right, so technically, yeah, I think ETH looks good for a pump. To be honest, like it goes well with big or the thesis or the idea of Bitcoin possibly reclaiming 88 and jumping higher. Because this one looks good because we got the value area low here. I'd call it a range value area low. Come on, to be honest, like the namings are the naming way just for me to understand because I wouldn't. No one would be able to understand it more than me because I made up the names and the acronyms just to remember stuff. Anyways, so seems to be like if you want to ask me if my next guess will be a pump to 3,000, but only if actually Bitcoin gets the same pump. So both are will work in tangent, guys. So assuming Bitcoin goes above 88, never gives us the short. I'm going to be waiting mentally for a pump to 91. That would go well with also ETH looking like it will or may pump if we hold 2,800. I think that a nice easy pump to 3,000 will be happen or will happen. Now that doesn't mean that you should long now, for the love of God, but at least don't close your longs if you have one open. All right. Let me see if I can maybe make up an idea to long. Obviously, the nicest long would have been here with this fake out at 12 p.m. my time. So that would have maybe, I think I've missed a good long here. Anyways, see how like every long I talk about requires a dump. I will never long here, even though like I have a feeling that it will go higher to 3,000, especially if Bitcoin goes to breaks 88, goes to 91. Anyways, let me just go and analyze this little time frame. All right, so we got the point of control. Let me see where's the daily low, daily high. This is the daily low. All right, that was taken out. Nothing easy to maybe call for a long or any idea. Let me double check the anchored V up where it's sitting. Nothing that simple, to be honest, guys, unfortunately. So I wouldn't be able to give you like an easy long to get because I think we've missed all of them. But maybe retesting this as a range point of control. Yeah, not bad. If the market opens like in 45 minutes and then we get a little dump, right? That if the dump like causes ETH to go lower. All right, let me just adjust the lines. I got a little bit of an OCD. All right, let me do it, make it better. All right, so maybe, just maybe, if Bitcoin goes lower, gives us a long, and then goes and retests 88 and gives us the pump. If this happens, then that would look something like that on ETH, like this, and then like that. So they will work together if both happen together. But keep in mind that these are only optional longs if we get a drop. But if nothing, if we never get a drop, no longs will be had. Like, even though I'm planning to maybe try to long a fake out of 86.1 today, but if we hit 88, never lose 87, I'm going to be prepared for an amazing pump to 91. This is not a sign to long. Please, for the love of God, guys, don't long this. I'm just merely saying that if this, then that. Like, whenever you see me talking about a break of resistance and a potential pump, that never means a long, guys. Anyways, all right. I think I've missed a few questions here, so let me go back to them. What is your profession? Got a little business here and there, and also trading by myself. So no profession at the time, no full-time job technically. Even though I got multiple full-time jobs, if you think about it. Can you teach us how to use the fixed range volume profile, how to use it right? I can teach you like how to put it on, or like how to literally put it on, and what the settings are. So I can literally open the settings up and show you the number of rows, 500 row size, up, down, 70. So I can show you this stuff, but unfortunately I wouldn't be able to, in less than like 4 hours, 7 hours, maybe even a couple of days of follow-ups till I explain the idea. So unfortunately, these kind of questions I wouldn't be able to fully answer until I make little educational content videos. Mathematically, only, which is very difficult to do in reality. If you start with $100 and keep earning 5% weekly, reinvest every week for 6 years, you'll have 135 million. Exactly. So it doesn't happen. This is why the biggest, most amazing hedge funds a year usually shoot for like anything above 10%. Most of them just look at the S&P, and then anything above the S&P is a win. So even if the S&P goes 10% in the negative, if a fund gets a negative 5% return, they feel that they won, because most of you guys, unfortunately, come to trading or into trading with totally unrealistic expectations. Most of you guys use the futures option feature as a glorified gambling website, with all due respect. Somebody shorted likes. Hit like before stream, and please, guys, like the button, hit the like 15 more to reach 100. I haven't checked, so let me quickly see if we had hit it. Or we are 10 likes away. I'll stay longer, stay now for 4 minutes, and if we never manage to do that or reclaim it, unfortunately I gotta go, guys. I gotta manage my time, unfortunately. Anyways, the up down trend VWAP may reject price. Yeah, this is the downtrend anchored VWAP. Anyways, I did entry 2 likes, but cannot leverage. Thank you, Hobby. Thank you for everybody that at least tried their best to hit the like button. As said, guys, I'm not asking for likes for the sake of asking for likes, but only because it's something that would show that at least we're growing. Anyways, I think that was a fun like game to try. Anyways, Solana, and Solana, to be honest, I'm quite happy about it retesting 125. To be honest, if you're looking to spot buy Solana, I'd say that now is a good chance, because we literally have gone down, gotten hit another retest of 125, and right now we are pumping up. So just imagine if Bitcoin, I mean, all of this is hypothetical, guys, but imagine if Bitcoin goes above 88, goes to 91, breaks 91, and then us seeing 116. If this happens, Solana will probably would have bottomed here, and then we'll really see a top, because 125 is one of the is the most important line for Solana. Losing 125 would probably cause an easy drop to 80 $60. I have no floor for Solana if we lose 125. So let's see. I think hitting 125 isn't such a bad DCA spot price, to be honest. Sorry, I'm a little bit late, but how do you come up with your plan prediction, like the 88 if you reject, or that is a very loaded question. You're basically asking me how do you trade, which unfortunately I wouldn't be able to say, not because I'm hiding stuff, because this question is just asking me how do you trade, but in a different way. So I can't be able to tell you exactly, but all I'm doing here is just find a reasonable area with a certain idea that I've been covering. Well, hopefully, guys, if you watch my live stream daily, you will be like understanding the stuff I do. What will you spot buy when AI is, oh sorry, altcoin, I think you mean, is cheap? Mainly ETH and Solana, but I'll also wait for a better structure shift. So I'd rather, as I said on ETH, I'd rather miss sorry guys, miss the bottoms on ETH and miss the bottoms on Solana, and then wait for a clear market structure shift of us downtrending to us uptrending for me to maybe catch on a buy. Can you catch entry if you wait until you make sure direction and trade idea in your favor? Yes. How? By obviously, like, assuming. All right, so just to quickly say that as the final and last idea, guys. All right, before I mention, because I literally did not mention it even once this live stream, so please, guys, bear with me. Don't take it as me selling stuff. I'm only mentioning it, or at least to mention it at least once. I think I forgot. Anyways, so if you look at the description, guys, if you want to support the channel and also get a nice link, or sorry, get a nice exclusive offer, I think that we have a pretty good exchange, and I like using them, especially because they have no KYC. So I think the transition, if you're using a different exchange, because most of the beginners out there are mainly using Binance, and I'd much prefer Weeks because they are better in terms of supporting a day trader, in terms of entry and actually exit. The sniper entry you've seen me, guys, get are thanks to how precise their system is. And also, I wouldn't hide the fact, guys, by the way, I want to make it super clear that the only reason why I'm mentioning Weeks is because that is the only way to support the channel. But obviously, I try not to over promote them, so I don't want to hide the fact that this is actually an affiliate link or a promotional link. So either you click on the link in the description or the one that is pinned in the comment section. Both would lead to the sign up page with my own affiliate link, or whatever you want to call it, promotional link. Anyway, so this one, which is the QLWL, I'll have it, or I'll put it in the chat. Thank you, Wayne. I think Wayne had put it in the chat. Thank you, brother. Thank you a lot. I'll double put it in the chat. Thank you, Wayne, for being even quicker than me. To be honest, like, he's a legend. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to use the app or download the app before making an account, then obviously you can just download the app and then put the code manually, which is 4 letters, QLWL. Right? If you want to use it, then it will give you a bonus. Nothing more than that, guys. Please don't think that I'm selling you a dream here. I'm only talking about Weeks because that's the only thing that I'd love to promote because I'm using it by myself. All right? So if you want to use it, it has no KYC. Pretty good for day trading, and also obviously I'm promoting it, so it would give you a good exclusive offer in return for you supporting me. Nothing more or nothing less, guys. So sorry, and thank you for bearing with me. I feel bad or weird about talking or promoting stuff, so I think saying it once in 1 hour and 30 minutes is more than enough for me. So anyways, if you want to support me, the description is always filled, or always the first section of the description is the final exclusive, or the best final exclusive on Weeks. Anyway, so this offer gives you $10 to 100, depending on your luck, to be honest. If you make an account, you either get 10 or 100 bonus USDT that you can enter a trade with, just for making an email and a phone number account. Nothing else. No one is required, or no ID is required for you. And if you somehow or some way wanna deposit, then you'll get also something extra, but nothing more than that, guys. I try to like lay it out in the description so that it is a bit clear here. Thanks for your time, bro. Till tomorrow. Thank you, TD, for thank you. Amodo said, hello, Ahmed. I almost missed the live. Good for you, because we literally spent an hour and 30 minutes. So thanks for showing up, and thank you for commenting. That's quite nice, to be honest. So anyways, I also forgot, guys, by the way, we have the free Telegram channel. Nothing to sell you. It's all words here. This little disclaimer that they told me to put, even though I'm not sure why would someone sue me. Please don't sue me. Anyways, so if you want to support the channel, a kind word, a smart question, even a question or a hello in the chat will be totally fine. Nothing is important in the description. It's only for people that would love to trade and would love to support me. All right, I think I've said enough. Thanks for your time. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, everybody, guys. Anyway, so I think that I've said all what's needed here. We've hit actually 101 likes. Thank you, guys. Bitcoin is pumping. We're breaking up. Thank you a lot. I do gotta go though, guys, because we have spent an hour and 30 minutes, and I have an Arabic community, and they're also waiting for me. So I gotta be equal and give you both, guys, enough equity in Champs Crypto. So thank you, guys, for your nice comments, and I do enjoy totally the smart questions that I get on a daily basis, because like if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to literally spend an hour and 30 minutes ranting on and going on a tangent on lots of stuff about TA, education, and also trading, guys. So thank you for making my evenings quite enjoyable. I think that experience on going live on Champs Crypto has or had been or still is wonderful, totally wonderful, to the point where I want to learn French so I can maybe start a third French channel. Anyways, that was a stupid joke. I got my Arabic one and an English one. I think they're totally enough. Thank you, Hobby, Don, AV, Wayne, the main man, the one behind, or the main reason for us getting over 100 likes on the live stream. This is a record in the history books. So guys, I want to leave you guys right now. Be ready. We got 30 minutes till we can maybe try and trade the price action once the new session opens. So if you want to make money, stick longer on the monitor for 30 minutes. Wait for the price action. I think we've laid out an amazing good plan set up in terms of actually how to profit and stay patient in the market. Thank you, brothers, and I'll leave you guys for it. Enjoy your evening, and also most important,